Hey, you guys. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Welcome into anybody that's new coming in. I hope you find everything useful. Right now, I'm getting a download that you guys are in your selfish era like never before. And y'all, a lot of those old people who benefited off of you when you were in your sleep era, when you were in the era where when you were in a timeline where you were too giving and too nice with your energy. You were too overly enduring. People are mad and shocked that you're pulling back your energy from those that's undeserving now. You aren't the shoulder to cry on to people who aren't there for you anymore. You don't just give away your precious energy easily anymore, and you're waking up to your power now. You don't feel obligated anymore to be too giving and too selfless. Like, you're in a selfish era. You're in an era where you are worried about making yourself happy and putting yourself first and putting your needs first. And a lot of people don't like this new you because they benefited off of you. You were like self-sacrificing at one point in time, especially when you were unawakened to who you were. um you thought, you were too turning of the other cheek, and you were too empathetic sometimes. And especially as empaths, we have to learn, even though we're empaths and stuff, we can't just give our energy away like that, you know because this type of behavior, this type of free giving and free love to the wrong people, this allowed us to be scapegoated for too long and through abuse for too long, and too tolerant of the wrong behaviors in other people. And these same people wouldn't do the same for us, and you said nah with that. You said you're not doing that no more. um you know you're not giving your heart away to heartless, soulless people who could care less about you, you know and you in that era where you don't care anymore. you know you're okay with being the villain. You're okay with being the opposing one now. You stand in your power and you don't care. I have the etheric court card that came out. Yeah, you cut the ties the unhealthy moral system that you had, that was like keeping you stuck, or you're in the process of cutting it. Whenever you reach this, whether you're on a timeline and you reach this in 5 years from now, or whether it's already happened, like, you cut off that way of thinking, and you're changing your morals and stuff, because like you had some morals that were self-harming. And some of these religions, like Abrahamic faiths and stuff like that, sometimes they may preach turning the other cheek too much, or like you're raised to feel like you have to be too agreeable or agree to everything. You're in a point in your life where you're not like, oh, I gotta please everybody and I gotta be agreeable. Like, you accept being a villain in other people's story if that means that you're thriving and you're happy, and your opinions are heard and your feelings are felt, and you can take up space. You don't put yourself in the background for other people anymore. You don't self-sacrifice yourself to undeserving individuals anymore. And they can feel you pulling back. They can feel all this overly giving and loving energy being pulled back from you, because you, like, natural born empaths get taken advantage of so bad until we step into our power and realize we have to protect ourselves. Yeah, because I got the wounded Hitler card that came out, and it's like, people, you probably just, like me, you attract a lot of people to you in general. Like, people can see that aura on you, they can't help it. But at the same time, we have to protect ourselves, because our energy can get drained easily. And then we have no energy to pour into ourselves too. Like, I'm getting also that you guys are starting to pour into yourself more. All the energy that you poured into other people, and you didn't even realize your own power. So you didn't realize how much you were pouring into, like, swine. You didn't realize how much you were pouring into vampires and stuff when you were unawakened, because they were wearing masks. I have the mask card that came out. And you're also with the mask card that's come out too. Like, you learn to wear your own mask. You may genuinely care for these people because you're an empath. You may genuinely like to be the shoulder to cry on sometimes, but at the same time, you're in an era where you nurture yourself now. You don't just, you aren't all nilly willy with your energy. You might have to force yourself to try not to be too I don't want to say too friendly, but I guess that's the word, like too friendly. Like, you're forcing that out of you because even though that's your natural trait, you are aware of just how these vampires, these pigs, these clones, and these stalkers, all they do is drain, 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 drain. All they do is just suck on your energy, suck on your life force, not giving anything in return. And whether that's from a psychic level or in real life, you're done with that. They can't do this to you anymore. They can't do this to you anymore, both on a psychic level, because I'm getting like, your energy definitely gets drained a lot in siphon in general, especially behind your back, especially to these people who want to clone you, especially these people who want to copy, these people who are jealous and don't have a soul and all this. They ooh, it's like a battle between those with source and those without, those lost souls versus light beings and stuff. Yeah, like, I have self-sabotage that came out. Like, that was self-sabotage. You're realizing that was self-sabotaging behavior, that moral system I had, being too open and giving to the wrong people. That was the wrong way to go. You speak up for yourself now, and you don't care who don't like it or not. You don't care if they offended or not. People be offended by anything. Like, people find a reason to, like, one thing about it, people gonna be offended or upset about something. They gonna find something to complain about. So you in this time now where you like, you in the spirit of like, I could care less about that. That means nothing to me at this point. I'm just here to stand in my power, speak my truth, and express myself creatively and just connect with God. Like, you're not fazed by anything, like, from these meaningless, soulless people anyway. You're not fazed by that anyway. They just gonna have to see you laugh, and soon, since some of us we rise into fame and all that, you gonna be they gonna see you laughing to the bank, and ain't nothing they could do about it. You gonna keep thriving and all that, whether they like it or not. Like, you're comfortably in your villain era. You said, I'm comfortable being the villain now, because you were the villain even when you were overly given to these people. I'm getting, like, you realizing they gossiped and talked shit about you and talked down on you when you didn't even do nothing. So now you don't even care anymore. You don't apologize anymore. You stand in who you are. You aren't ashamed to take up space. You know your value now. And if anybody in your energy is not being reciprocal, they can leave from this point on. In this new timeline, if they're not reciprocating to you what you give to them, they can be out of here like it's nothing. And they just gonna have to be mad. Make them haters mad. Keep making them haters mad. Being mad is not a bad thing. People being mad at you ain't a bad thing. People, that's all they do. They're low lives anyway. Let me get one more message. Yeah, I got the see. That's confirmation. Sometimes I don't even need these oracle cards because this is what I'm already channeling anyway and feeling anyway. I got the live out loud card here. You're at a state of where you like, hey, I'm living how I want to live. I say what I want to say. I know I'm a child of God. I know I'm not harming anybody, and I'm not here. You're not here to please anybody, whether that be family. You also don't uphold other people's visions of you anymore either. You don't care about trying to uphold this vision that they had for you, because people be mad when you don't act in what they wanted you to act like. Like, who told you I was a voodoo doll for you? You ain't nobody's voodoo doll. You ain't nobody's pushover. You not nobody's doormat. You probably were when you were unaware, but now you're aware, and you don't mind being called the villain. You don't mind being disliked if that means standing in your power and putting yourself first. So that's when you're in the era of putting yourself first. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Bye.